Very solid 3-horse Sundowner coming in down here at Advantage One RV Brokers. You know, you hear us, you look around, you see all these, campers, occasionally a car or truck or something like that. But just like Haylett RV down the street, we handle a lot of horse trailers for people too. All aluminum structure. I can't find any significant glitches with it. 7-foot tall interior, 13-foot short wall living quarter with an awesome bathroom. Nice light colors inside. 3-horse capacity with a rear tack. All kinds of good stuff going on here. Now, I don't know if it's the combination of the lighter colors, the 8-foot wide body, or the big windows, or what it is. But usually living quarter horse trailers, I tend to run into more 7'6" tall interiors. This thing doesn't feel small though. Like, I grabbed a tape measure to measure this out because I was looking at it like, it doesn't look 7'6" tall, but it never felt small to me. And I measured out, and yeah, it's a 7-foot ceiling panel. But none of this feels small or compacted or cramped. It feels big and open. To get some photos, I had to climb up there on the bed and crawl around a little bit. It was fine. Like, I never felt compacted in here. Shower was fine. I stood in there. Everything was good. Obviously, we got our air conditioning up top. And again, all the wood tones and everything, things look pretty good in here. Like, I don't see scuffs. I haven't located where, like, some kind of plumbing fixture blew out. The floor is all solid. I can't find any problems there. Looks really well kept. Judging by the exterior, I think it spent most of its time just kind of like stored inside a barn not being used. It doesn't look like it was really even outdoored and weathered a lot. Easily missed feature, though. I like those little steps built right into that front bulkhead wall. Gets you upstairs easier. Now, obviously, somebody flipped out the original blue back breaking wafer of death mattress and swapped out this big old thick memory foam bed in here. That's good news for some folks. You can see good cross breeze windows up top. Now, if you're looking, those are jealousy windows. They tilt open for airflow so that you can get some great cross breezes here, even on a rainy day, which is really handy. Horse trailers compared to RVs, you can spend a lot of time off the grid at a local event, whether it's, pleasure or casual or, speed events or whatever the case is. So it's nice to have that there. CD stereo system over here. Remember, it is kind of easy to forget when you're going through these. This is an '05. It's got a couple years on it, but man, she's built. I'm just not worried about it. I like the mirrors on the headboard too. Really opens that space up, makes it look and feel larger. But up top above that, you have a larger max air kind of vent fan to really push some air. And those side stands with those outlets right there. Both sides have them. I don't care if it's phone chargers. And when this was built, everybody and their brother having a cell phone charger and CPAP machines, it was just not the big concern. But isn't it cool how that feature has remained really kind of current and prevalent? Not to mention the fact that every nook and cranny, up top, down below, anywhere they can, they added storage space into this thing. The dinette naturally can fold down into a sleeper. There's also privacy curtain here if you want to pull down a curtain to block out that window shade right there. The dinette construction's beautiful. Like, this is all hardwood construction. It's not like particle board or anything. Now, from people walking in and out, I noticed this little beam right here got scuffed a little bit, but man, if that's the worst I can find on an '05, I'd say we're doing pretty good, folks. I don't think we could want much more. Carpetless, easy cleaning, very nice if you're stomping in and out with your boots on, if you've been taking care of some stalls or something like that. Let me pop a couple things open here just to give you a sense of the space looking around in here. Now, notice too the precision, the cuts here. It's not just chintz together. Everything is really solid in this. I've always had a lot of respect for Sundowners. I think they've put out some very good things over the years. Two-way refrigerator here, very handy whether you're, you do have hookup or if you are kind of off the grid. And the microwave location, kind of classic. It reminds me a lot of like older front kitchen travel trailers, but it's easy to reach. It's great for kind of popping in and out and grabbing something. You throw a bag of popcorn in there, hit the popcorn button, because it actually has a popcorn button, and it's all clean. They didn't just let everything rot. And then space like this, having a place to keep a jacket or something, right by the door, man, that is handy. And I think what I would do with this, if I were still, because I actually grew up on horseback. A lot of people would realize that, the nerd that I am today. I grew up taking care of stalls. I would have had my hat hanger right here, so I could have my clothes inside. I could hang my hat up when I got back, and then it'd be right there for me when I came back, but then it'd be kind of out of sight, out of mind. This is cool, though. You see the double latchbacks? This is like a French door style, big, wide open entry into the bathroom. It's a little dark in here, so allow me to shed a little bit of light on the situation right there. And this corner, this storage that we're getting over here, this is absolutely awesome. Let me crack open the top half of this just to give you an idea. Tons of hanging storage space. You could easily put some, you know, cube organizer jobs in there if need be. This is worth its weight in gold. This is probably one of the best parts of the whole, you know, trailer right here. The other thing is, you know, you can get a look at yourself before you go out there for those events, and, you know, make sure you're looking, you know, right and proper. Double medicine cabinet too, very handy with that shelf right there. A place to like keep your, you know, toothbrush stuff up there. Now I always keep my toothbrush in like a separate plastic travel container so I can just lay it on a horizontal shelf like that. But the counter space here, the amount of hip and shoulder room around the toilet, this is a great bathroom if you're a bigger person. Another of those extra large fans in the ceiling above us right here. And remember, with that 7-foot tall ceiling, you know, if you're big like me, you will not have issues hitting your head in the shower this thing, and everything looks good. Again, I can't find leaks, I can't find mold, I haven't found any sort of significant scuffs or damaged. These folks knew how to take care of their stuff, and they did well. The skin and the decals look great, which really leads me to believe that this was stored like indoors in a barn. And I love those polished aluminum nose wraps on these 8-foot wide bodies, because if some bonehead leaves his brights on when he's heading straight at you and blinding you, he's going to blind himself right back and he's going to flip his lights off. That's a very underrated benefit of those. Now, they look good, but being able to blind the people that never turn their lights off, I think that's kind of handy. Now, obviously, it's not going to blind them so much that they're a danger heading toward you and swerve into your lane, because they're going to get the idea and flip the lights off before it gets to that point. On the way back here, you see that we do have that front stall escape door, which I've always kind of wondered why the name escape door, because if a horse gets itself a little wired, its default response is to move forward, which is where you're going to be standing here. But I don't know. I think the idea is obviously to have confidence, horse and rider side by side with one another, and you know, avoid that whole scenario. Now, being 8 foot wide, below the mangers on the inside in stalls 2 and 3 that we see, they had room for the extra tack storage here. Let me get you down in here to take a quick peek. It's also a very nice place to get to see all the extra weld work that they do in here. Everything is like full surround welded. What I mean by that is it's not just quick vertical tack beam welded, it's all the way around the entire structure. So this is something that's definitely put together right, built to last. I haven't looked at the age code on the tires, but nothing here makes me think, well, you know, just trying to be fair, maybe. Yeah, the beginnings of some very basic weathering in those tire tread patterns there, so do with that information as you see fit. Now, naturally, when you have a horse tied up to the holdback that you have here, occasionally you're going to have a bump. Remember that this is an 05. It's not a brand new. It's new to you, but not brand new. But once again, for an 05, if that's the worst we can come up with, I really feel like you folks did great. You've got a ramp over barn doors arrangement right here. Easy spring assist on that ramp, which is still working very well. You can actually see the ramp is slightly elevated above ground level right now. That's how well the spring assist is still working on that. That's what happens when you have good components on a trailer over the years. 3-horse model with a 3-place saddle tree. I like it whenever the saddle tree swings out to us for easy access, but you definitely have, you know, plenty of bridle hooks and room for your, you got your blanket bar over here. Looks like when I was a kid, my parents would always yell at me because I would hold on to the blanket bar and pick my feet up off the ground and be like, hey, look at me. Well, makes me wonder if that's what somebody did here too. But the good, I mean, it ain't hurting it. Big deal. Let's hop inside here. You know, you got your fully lined kick wall, all aluminum interlocking plank flooring, and I like that stud divider wall right there. So, you know, first of all, how that's all vented and blow through to let a lot of airflow go through, but the way that goes all the way down, that is a true like swinging stud wall, not just a stud curtain on the bottom of a swinging gate like you find on a lot of things today. That's pretty beefy, bulky. Another thing I like about it is a lot of times for a 2-horse household, I recommend a 3-horse trailer, because now we can use this as a stuff wall, and you know, we can get all of our stuff from up in there while never having to backstrip the horses to get to it. Now, the trailer's been used, I think, more than the condition of it you know, indicates. I can see that it's been used, but I can also see where, you know, hey, they kept it clean. They made sure it wasn't beat up, it wasn't banged up. That's telescoping, by the way. If you want to kind of cut this thing funny, you could do some of that. They kept it washed out, like after they used it, you know. They wouldn't let animal waste sit in there and rot the thing out. I think that if you're looking for a used living quarter trailer, I think something like this is what you want to be looking at. So, if it looks like it's a winner for you, give us a call down here at Advantage One Brokers. We'll help you hit the trails in style. We do hitching, pieces, parts. We can do trades, financing, delivery, everything in between. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy trails, everyone.